So we're into the lockdown now for the coronavirus. It's affecting everybody all over the world. We're based over here in France, Luxembourg, with clients in a number of countries, and they're all going through the same sort of thing. It's a really global challenge that everybody in business is facing. So I thought I'd put this quick little presentation discussion together, just give some pointers and ideas, some things that I've found that have worked in the past. I can remember other crises like this, and there's a way of getting through them. Nothing on this scale, to be fair. The same approach will absolutely work. I remember when we started our transport company the week after we had a fuel crisis and we couldn't get diesel, which was entertaining for 24 trucks. So we got over it, we got through it, and these are sort of things that we did. So here's some ideas and tips for you. How do you get through? How do we get through the great lockdown? I'm seeing a lot of experts out the woodwork now talking about thriving and growing and profiting during this period of time. I don't buy that, actually. I don't think we can thrive, not by design. Companies that are doing well are doing it more by luck than judgment. What we've got to do, for most of us in business, we've got to follow a pattern to make sure we get through it. So what do we need to do to get through this lockdown? What can we do? And I've got a six step or six stage approach I'd suggest and recommend you have a look at, and it's called Spirit. Now, it can be very tempting in these situations to start drinking the spirits or the wine or whatever it is. I don't recommend that at all. And these days of lockdown can be interesting. But what I've done is the word just it splits this way, and these are what the letters stand for. So number one is survive. We've got to go into survival mode right now and explain these in a bit more detail as we go along. Get through the next 3 months, get through this period, keep everything intact, survive. Next one is pivot, another little word that dropped into the vocabulary recently. It just means do something different. I'll touch on that as we go as well. Next, we're going to start innovating. What works for you in the past isn't going to work for you in the future. We've got to create something new, something different using technology, and we've got to dance with the market. We didn't pick this fight, but we've got to win it. Next one then is revive. We want to get your business back into a suitable condition. It may be different than it was, but into a condition where it's making some positive cash flow, generating profits. You can relax a little bit and you feel more comfortable with it. Only then can we ignite. Then we can look at growth. Then we can say, okay, we know what the market looks like. We've got through the tough times. We've innovated. We can then go for growth. Then we can start to really make some gains and some inroads to growth and profitability. And finally, then we're going to thrive. We're going to get the business back able to build and develop and grow in a sustainable way, such that if this happens again, you can sort of get through it, but also you can just feel more confident about it. Too many people are saying thrive now. I don't believe we can go for that. I think it's a myth. I think we've got to do these things first. The result will be thriving, but we've got to battle through first. So what does that mean to us? So number one, first of all, survive. What do you do to survive? Well, look at your cash flow. Make sure you just cut the costs you don't need. Anything that's not certain, you get rid of it. Three things you can look at. You can look at deferment of tax, deferment of VAT or TVA. You can get grants that you don't have to pay back. The government's putting some grants out there. You can maybe furlough your team and allow their salaries or their wage to be paid through by the government. And you can get some loans as well. Now, I would look personally, I'd look at loans last. They tend to come with a loan guarantee or personal guarantee attached to them, but certainly deferment and grants, furloughing, and maybe look at loans maybe last. But get the business structure. Don't hang around. Don't wait and think and procrastinate. And we might be okay. No, you're not. The fires are burning. You've got to get this done now. Take the decisions. Get the business so you can get through it and do whatever you've got to do to get through. So that's survival mode. Now, next thing is you've got to then pivot. Things that worked in the past don't work right now. And what I'm seeing, for example, martial artists, they traditionally will bring students into their academy, teach them on the mats in groups of 20 or 30. And of course, overnight that stopped. So what they've done, they've taken that same product and they've pivoted and taken it all online. So video tutorials, live training through Zoom, video recordings. They're doing engagement over screens now. So they've taken all their product and material and they pivoted it and they've put it onto being a different way of delivery. And the students love it. They're staying with them and their businesses are continuing through. Pivoting is a new word we've been given. It just means do something different. It's not rocket science. Look at what you've got, what capacity, what technology, what machinery, what service. How can you deliver it in a different way, or can you deliver a different service that suits the market such as it is? So it's a new word, but really it's just do something different. That's the real key. So, but pivot, do it quick, adapt. Don't wait around and wait for it to drop. Make the difference quickly. Get on with it. Then we can innovate. Once you've got the business into a point of where it's trading and you're keeping going, you'll immediately see opportunities, how you can innovate, creative ways of delivering, new services, new products, new ways of engaging with clients, new ways of marketing. Be very, very creative, take a few risks. I don't mean bet the farm on it, but innovate, get creative, do things that are different. And you can see this happening where a restaurant has been locked down and they do lots of home deliveries right now. For example, they've got an online website and you can order, they'll deliver. I even saw a kebab shop in London where you can order from your phone outside and then you pay on the contactless through the glass, and they prepare the food, they hand it over on a bag, and you don't touch the person, you don't get close to the people, but they've innovated their service so they can keep trading, but it's done in a way that suits the environment right now. So get creative, get innovative, do things you can engage with your clients, do your marketing, get visible on social media, and dance with this thing. So be creative and be innovative. Now, the next thing after this then is revival. We want to get your business back up through all this, whatever we're doing, get the business. So when the doors of the bunker open up again, the business is okay. We can revive it. We can get the sales coming in. We get the cash flow coming in. Get your team back and engaged again. So what you've done in the meantime, in this sort of survival mode, you do whatever it takes to get through it. You may have people sat at home working. You may have people sat at home being furloughed, not able to work as well. Well, you know what? So be it. But as soon as we can, with all that you're doing in innovation and creativity, is when the doors are open again, we've got to revive the business, get it back on track. Now, it may be that you're doing things in, let's say, 3 months' time, different than you did before. Good. It's a good thing. I don't think things will be the same again. They won't go back. But revive the business, get it back to trading, profitability, and so you're a little bit more comfortable with it. Now, when you're comfortable with it, then you can start to what I call ignite. Then you can start to say, okay, how do we scale this? How do we grow this? Now we're into growth mode. Don't do it too soon. Make sure you're stable, the balance sheet is stronger, the clients are back, and you know what you're doing. But at some point you can ignite. Then you can start to grow. You could look at international expansion or local expansion or whatever it is, but you can start to actually grow the business and get it back to where it should have been before the whole thing started. And then finally, of course, when you've done this, then the business will thrive because you have growth, you have new products and services, the team is where you want it, you can see your way forwards, you're making contribution and profits, and then you can thrive. But thrive comes last, not first. It's a tough lesson, it's a tough call. I've seen this in different environments. I've been through, I think this is my fourth sort of major shock to the economic system. And these are the sort of approaches that work. So I hope that's been helpful. You can just work your way through it. If you have any questions, drop me a message, and I'm here to help and guide. If you'd like to get in touch, you can find me on our website, resultsrulesok.com. My email address is on the screen. And if you want to just have a conversation or shoot the breeze, I'm not going to sell you anything, not a sales meeting, but if I can give you some pointers and tips or ideas or whatever it is I'm seeing working from our client network all over the world, something that can be really helpful to you, then happily I'll do what I can to help. There's no charge for it. I'm not going to sell you anything, but if I can help, just get in touch and we'll have a conversation. So I hope that was of interest and it gives you a framework, something to work through. And I wish you well. I hope you do survive and get through this thing and thrive in the end. And I look forward to your updates and comments. Please feel free to share and comment on this video. And I hope to hear from you soon when you drop me a message. In the meantime, stay safe, keep away from people, keep washing your hands, and I'll see you on other videos and content. Thanks for now and take care.